And I'm one of the directors of the Maarifa Foundation. Now it's an absolute pleasure having you all with us tonight, and we have a fabulous evening prepared, but thank you all for being here. I just wanted to go quickly with one of the reasons why we are here. We're a small charity. We run entirely by volunteers, but we have one very clear purpose. Now that is to provide education for children in the very remote areas of Kenya. And so thank you for being here tonight to help us achieve this. Now with this, our aim is to improve their lives, and we do this by providing education. And through this, we improve the livelihoods of their community, and then through this, we help protect their natural resources. So this is the savannas, the lions, the elephants, the clean water, all these things that they rely on for their survival and for their livelihoods as well, for their sources of income. Now here's a fact for you, it's not a fun fact. Did you know that less than 10% of Maasai kids actually complete primary school? And it's predominantly because of financial reasons. Tonight we want to change this, and it's what we've been doing since we started in 2020, is just slowly, little by little becomes a lot, that's an African proverb, is helping these kids in these remote areas of Maasai Kenya. Now later tonight, we're going to rattle off all that we've achieved in the last couple of years. But I think what's more important about is what we can achieve moving forward. And tonight is about that. So it's not about what we've done in the past, it's about what, with your help, we can do moving forward. Some of the things that we want to do is get to X number of students that we can sponsor. How many? That's up to all of us here tonight. How many kids can we help get an education? Not just primary school, but we've recently started secondary school sponsorship as well. And once we commit to a kid, we commit to them throughout their education. So all the way through. So if we can get that figure up from less than 10%, then we've helped make that change. Some of the other things that we want to do is we want to fill their new libraries with books. What we have achieved is building the libraries. We need to fill them with books, we need to fill them with furniture, and we need to keep paying the teachers that we've employed to keep running these lessons and to keep these kids in class. Now each and every one of you here tonight helps us in achieving this purpose, and I would like to thank Mitchell's Real Estate. Where are we? Mitchell's Real Estate Group, yes? Adam and Belinda and Cove, they're our silver sponsors for this evening. So thank you so much for your support. This really is a very local charity, and it's through the support like Mitchell's and many of our other special donors and friends that we're able to achieve what we've been able to achieve. So Asante Sana, thank you, Mitchell's Real Estate, for sponsoring this evening. We would like to thank the very generous donors for our auction items and also for the wine raffles. Now there's a couple of little gems in there. I don't know if you've been over to our wine raffle table, but there's one in there that's well over $200. There's a couple of $100 wine bottles in there. But worst case scenario, you're going to get one that's about $20, and then there's everything in between. I promise no $3.50 passion pop in there. Now we also have a very special bottle that was very kindly donated by Bill Tanner as well, who will be live auctioning that later on. And we'd like to thank also Don, Fee and Ian as well for their generous donations to our wine raffles and auctions. And I just have a couple of personal thank yous, if that's okay. Fee again, and I'm mentioning you twice, not by accident. You've been absolutely awesome. Karen, Claire, Melinda, Nicole, you guys are all rock stars that have helped me pull this night together. But as I said, it's everyone in this room tonight. Thank you very much for your support. Now, an African sundowner, I can see that someone started cocktail hour a little early. There's a few cocktails hanging around there. But an African sundowner is just as iconic as an African sunset. Now, I was going to try and paint this picture. I've been on safari many times, and I know some of you have been on safari before, and there's nothing like an African sunset. And if you've got a sundowner in your hand at the same time you're watching the African sunset, it's unbelievable. Now, I was going to try and create that for you, imagine in your mind. And I thought, why would I try? I don't have a creative bone in my body when our MC and special guest speaker tonight is Anthony Ham. Now, Anthony Ham is not only a very talented writer, he's the author of The Last Lions of Africa, which the book is over there and it's available tonight. And very shyly, he has agreed to sign any copies if anyone would like to buy one tonight. But also, Anthony just got back from safari in the very places where we're helping, and he visited our school. He only landed back in Australia on Tuesday. So if anyone can paint the picture, what better than someone that's just been, and his whole job is about words and making us use our imagination. So with that, I would like to hand over to our MC and guest speaker for tonight, Anthony Ham. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, Christine. Thank you all for coming. You'll be hearing a lot from me throughout the evening, but just at the beginning, I'd like you to imagine, if you can, the practice fairway out there is the African savannah. You have over here the floodlit waterhole. Imagine the kangaroos are actually lions rather than kangaroos. You've been out driving all day. You've been looking at animals. Perhaps you've seen a leopard up a tree. Perhaps you've stood in the shadow of a giraffe. And all of a sudden, at some point, your driver will take you to one of the most beautiful places that you haven't seen before. Maybe a rise overlooking the savannah, it may be a waterhole, and they will get out drinks, a wicker basket. It really is a special moment, and by coming here tonight, what you're doing is you are participating in a time-honoured African tradition. It dates back to the days of Ernest Hemingway, Teddy Roosevelt. It's out of Africa. You can imagine yourselves being Meryl Streep or Robert Redford, if you like. There is a rumour, I don't know if it's actually true, that all of these people started the Sundowner by suggesting that they have a drink of gin for its medicinal purposes. And it became a tradition that now is time honoured. So that's what I tell myself whenever I go for a Sundowner and I order a second, that it's actually for medicinal purposes. And I suggest you do the same tonight. You'll feel a lot better about how many you have. Okay, please, the bar is open. Everyone enjoy a cocktail, enjoy an African sunset, which I do believe has gin, and enjoy your evening. You'll be hearing from me again soon. I know we've been going for a while, but I'd just like to formally welcome you to the evening. Karibu sana, which in Swahili means welcome. You are all very welcome. Thank you so much for coming. It's such an important project. Part of the fun of an African sundowner is that magical moment where the sun, the heat leaves the day, and what photographers call golden hour. And that is when the African savannah really becomes a magical place. But we're also here for a very serious purpose. This is a project, I don't put my name to many projects, this is one that I am very happy to support without any hesitation. The proceeds from tonight will be helping real people in Africa, real people in a school, in two schools, in various places, one in Masai Mara, one in Namaseli. One of the great things about this project is that everyone who works on it is a volunteer. So every dollar you spend tonight will go directly to the people who most need it. Last month I was privileged to visit one of the schools in Iloredo, close to Amboseli National Park. This is a very special place. It's a place where hopefully some of you will be able to visit if you were to join one of the tours next year or in the future. It's a school where there are 723 kids. They work in 11 classrooms, so for those of you who do mathematics, you'll see that it's probably about 70 children in a classroom. So if you've heard teachers in Australia complain about big class sizes, this is a whole new level. As the headmaster said to me just last month, some of the kids get lost along the way. This is a project that attempts to address that. This is a project where we are supporting kids who walk 5 kilometres a day to get to school. They get up before dawn, they walk through country that is often inhabited by lions, by other dangerous animals. Just the days after I was at the school, two children lost their lives in a flash flooding incident. This is not an easy place to go to school. In Maasai society, the women in particular, the girls, have not traditionally gone to school. This project is one where half of the people we support are girls and half are boys, so we're attempting to address that. In each classroom, there are 5 children per bench. Now, I'm not talking a bench that runs from here to the wall, I'm talking a bench that is probably only a couple of metres wide. And yet the teachers are incredible, they're heroes. They really do care about their kids, they really do care about giving them an education. The support from this project, the support from Maarifa Foundation has provided tablets, it provides laptops. I saw the library that has been built there, and this is stuff that is actually changing people's lives. I'll talk a little bit more about that later. In the meantime, there are many ways you can support this, many ways you can do it tonight. We have a raffle, there are people walking around selling raffle tickets. The wine bottles are over there. As I understand it, it's 1 ticket for $10, 3 for $20, or 9 for $50. Is that right? Later we'll be having a live auction, and there are some really special things on the auction list today. There is 2 business class Virgin Australian tickets for any international short-haul travel. 6-month country club gym membership, which is worth $800. There's a case of 6 Veuve champagne valued at $500. We have a Rockford Shiraz valued $350, which has to be a really special bottle of wine.
Just finding you out. Thank you,
The second ticket is C36 Blue. Blue C36. Congratulations. And black C82.
The places that I know I feel most strongly this magic is in Maasai land, and it's exactly where we're working, and it's because of that feeling it drives us to keep volunteering our time, to bring groups of people such as yourselves together. It's where our passion really comes from. It is where you find the highest densities of lions, elephants, giraffe, geronauts, gazelles, and everything in between. But it's also where you would find one of the oldest and most traditional cultures on earth. and this is the Maasai people. They are living with the wildlife. So for us, we went on safari for the wildlife, but it's certainly the people that make it really so magical. There are challenges with this lifestyle that the Maasai have, living with wildlife. You have elephants raiding crops, you have lions taking their livestock, but this is where our support comes in as well, is providing ways to minimise that conflict and to ensure that the Maasai can continue living harmoniously with their wildlife, so you and I can keep going on safari and seeing these animals in safe places. So some of these challenges might include, as I said, competition with the wildlife, but it's also as well as the space for wildlife. And this is what makes the Maasai so special, is that there are so many communities, and it's particularly the communities that we work, and it's why we've chosen these places. These communities actually dedicate parts of their land to conservation to enable us to be able to go visit these places. So for me, it's the wildlife, it's the people. More specifically, it's the smell of wild sage when you're going on safari in the morning. It's the hyenas calling through the night. It's the melodic Ma language. It's the language of the Maasai people. And it's the place where I know, and I know Alyssa knows, that we can actually make the most difference. And we can do that through education of the children. Now, as I said, Alyssa has been to Kenya before. She travelled with me when I was a group leader, and she was still studying at university. And this was 2020. We arrived back in Australia. I think there was 31 cases of COVID in Australia when we landed. We had no idea what we were coming back to. But it obviously had a similar impact. Kenya obviously has a similar impact on Alyssa as it did for me, which made her join the Maarifa Foundation and has been a director right from the start as well. So I'm going to hand over to Alyssa, who's going to talk just quickly about some of the achievements, what we've achieved today.
Thank you, Christy. And that introduction just reminds me so much of how lucky I was to get to go on my trip. It was probably only a few weeks after we got back to Australia that borders started locking down. And now knowing what I would have missed if I hadn't gone, I'm so grateful that I did go on that study trip. So, as Christy said, I went as a university student with a wildlife biology major, so I was honestly mostly just excited to go see all that amazing wildlife in the lead up to my trip. And of course, when I got there, I was enchanted by the wildlife. There's nothing quite like looking along the beautiful plains of Africa, and there's just so many different species right there in front of you.
We can't hear you, we can't hear you.
Every time you hear Hakuna Matata, you can sing with us. But it's not the Disney one, this is Kenyan one. Wakati
right. Congratulations, Judy. You got it. Woohoo! You get one too.
C91. There's a bottle of Maarifa, so you may want to. Okay, the first item, for the auction. Okay, we have a bottle of Rockfish Shiraz starting at $330. Can I have a bid starting at $100? We have $100 over here. Do I have any other bids? 150 over there? Yes. 150, do I have 200? 200. This bottle is being kindly donated by Bill Tanner. We are at 200. 250 over here. 300. 300 over here. 350. 350 at the moment over here. Going. Anyone else? Last minute bids? Sold. It's valued at $700. Starting 200. Do I have a bid for 200 over here? 200. Can I have 250? 250 over there. 300. Can I have 300 for someone? 300 at the back. This is for one night spices bar 4 for 2 with breakfast. What are we up to? 300? 300 at the back over there. 300. Do I have 350? 350, thank you. Do I have 400? 400 at the back, thank you. 400. I have 450. 450 anyone? Anyone can beat 400. Going once. 450 over here. 450. Do I have 500? 500 over here. Do I have 550? We're at 550. We're at 500. Sorry, 500. Yep, going once. Going twice. 550. Do I have 600? I'll take an opening bid of 300. I have an opening bid of 300 for the 6-month gym, country club gym membership. Any bids of 300? Any bids of 300? Any bids of 6-month country club gym membership? Okay, we have 300 here, thank you. Do I have 350? 350 anyone? 350? 350 here. Do I have 400 anyone? I have 350 over here in this table. 350. Going once, going twice. 350. The man in the striped shirt.
Foundation. They talked earlier about their purpose, and what I just want to reinforce before we auction this off is you all have a purpose for being here. And your purpose is, in comparison to what we've heard and watched tonight, we live a very privileged life. When it only costs $50 to send someone to school each year. Every child in this world deserves to grow and prosper, and if it only costs $50, we all need to dig deep and make sure that our purpose is served tonight, that we came here to give back. And so I just ask you all to dig deep, be kind, be generous, and let's get this auction on the road. I've actually never done an auction, so I'm going to really enjoy this. Alright then, so we're talking about a prize that is a minimum of $6,000. I'd like to start the opening bid. Do you have to say it? Or do I need to do that? 4,000! 4,000! John Telford! You are my hero! And hey, it's still a bargain. Let's be real. And 4,000, the bid's at 4,000. I haven't actually said which multiple we're going up in. I think we're going to go up in multiples of 250, so we'll go 4,250. It's against you. It's against you, Don. 4,500. Okay, 4,500. We've got 4,750. Don, 4,750. 5,000. We're up to $5,000. Dig deep, be kind. Are you up to $5,000 if I got the number right? $5,000. That is a hugely generous price to be offering. Not to mention, Don and Feet are backing Christy to put this enormous event on. So beyond generous. So going one, oh hang on. Sorry Don, this could be an expensive night. We're going up in 250? 5,250. We're up to 5,250. 5,250, that's a very generous offer. We have 5,250. Do we have anyone else in the room? I'm going to give it 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. It's yours, darling. 5,250. And Virgin did win Best Cabin Crew of the Year in the country, so I know you're going to have a great experience. So congratulations and enjoy it, and thank you on behalf of the foundation.
This is for a mini safari, 2 nights, which you can add to a longer safari, of course, put it towards that. Christy is leading a tour to this very place. It's about to be up on the screen that we've been hearing about all night. She's going to be leading in February next year, is that right, Christy? February next year. It's a small group tour. We have a maximum of 11 people, a minimum of 8, and it will all be people from this community. This is not open to the general public. Well, it's open, but we're hoping that we can fill it tonight with people from this community. It will be a small group tour. It will be the trip of a lifetime. February next year, do we have actual dates? 25th of February 2024. And this is what you can see, this is where you can stay. say before I hand over to Christy that this is not just any safari. There are safari companies and there are safari companies. Game Watchers is doing something really special that you can be a part of. And I look forward to your bids.
Thank you, everybody. Now, I thought it was important that I showed you that video straight up. Now, that was all images that I captured on my iPhone. So, that's nothing that I've got on stock photos. That is what a Kenya safari with Game Watchers Safari is all about. And that's exactly what we want to take you on next year. Now, just over at the artisans table, I'm taking a register of interest for anyone that wants to come along. We can only take up to 11. The prices are all there. It's all inclusive. We're going hot air ballooning over the Masai Mara. We're going and staying in the luxury safari tents like you've seen in those photos. They're exactly the camps that we're going to. We're going in open-sided safari vehicles, and we're going to be met by our Kenyan team over in Kenya who will actually be our guides. I'll be your tour leader that will make sure that we get to each location and make sure your trip runs smoothly. But it's the Maasai people who are going to be our hosts. We're going into the schools. Your cost of your tour actually directly helps not just the foundation projects such as the schools, but it helps actually keep these conservancies going. It employs the local people and it pays the land leases. So what we've got now is a 2-night all-inclusive trip. So you can go on safari on your own if you want this, or you can use the value of it towards your trip. Now, if you went on your own, it's valued up to $4,400, depending on what season you wanted to travel. I will say it's not valid in the peak migration season, but if you ask anyone in this room that's been to Kenya, it's beautiful all year round. Now, we're going in February, which is the lower season. Now, to take off your trip, it is $3,000 off your trip if you decide to safari with us, because we are getting an added group discount price. So, I think we'll start off the bids at $1,000. Now, this is for 2 people. It's 2 nights all inclusive. You can either go on your own, and I can help you book that, or you can come as part of our tour. We have a party on the 25th of February, and it's a 7-night, $2,000. Anyone else? $2,000. $2,500. Thank you. Come on, people. Who wants to go on safari? $3,000. Going once. Going twice. $3,200. Thank you. Going once. Going twice. $3,200. Thank you so much. Well done. Thank you. Now we're just going to draw the last of our raffles tonight, and then please feel free to enjoy me and Simoko. They finish off the music tonight. Keep eating the food. I'm hoping someone's going to eat all our sunset cupcakes here, or at least take some home for the kids. But we just wanted to say, while we still have you here, thank you so much for being part of tonight. Amazing support that you provided. We will be letting you know everything that we're going to do with what we've raised tonight. And we've got all the children sponsored, so please round of applause. Our purpose has been accomplished.
I just told her to leave. My name's Steve, and we have got the most phenomenal woman in this room called Christy Thompson. And she has done the most wonderful job of putting this function together. And with her heart and soul, she has developed the interest of so many people now to continue her journey on changing lives. And also a wonderful thank you to Anthony Ham, who has come up from Melbourne especially to speak, and to you, and also to give you an idea of his background. He's just the most incredible fellow and has done a wonderful job to help Christy putting this together. And I just think you need to put your hands together for them. And thank them for a wonderful night.
Raffle.
We're just going to do the final bottles of wine for the raffle.
How many have we got,
How many
Kaya?
bottles have we got left?
And we've still got our lucky $200 plus package to win. Oh yeah, sign auction.
And last chance to do the silent auction as well. The papers are on the table over there. Okay, the first bottle is a blue ticket C55. C55 BT.
It's fees.
We have an orange ticket, E18, E18. E18, orange ticket. Orange ticket, E18. Okay, we'll move on to the next one. An orange ticket, E15.